you're looking for positivity or looking for encouragement, Temia Brinson aims to educate you, to give you the push to believe, to have the mindset for success, mindset for success, to have the mindset for success, to have the mindset for success.
Welcome to the Mindset for Success TV show. I'm Temia Brinson, your host, and today we're going to talk about shifting your money mindset. Amen. Shifting your money mindset. And we're going to go ahead and give you time to come on and get on in and talk and discuss this with us, because I've known a lot of people. I don't know about you, but I know a lot of people who have a broke mindset, right? And we don't want to have a broke mindset. Why? Because this is going to hold us back from being prosperous. You know, God has promised us a prosperous life if we live in Him and follow and obey Him, right? So we don't want to live a broke life and have a broke money mindset, right? Amen. So we want to live to all and get what all God promised for us. So let's get into it real quick. Shifting your money mindset. What is a broke mindset? What is a broke mindset? I know some of you out there are probably wondering, you're probably asking yourself right now, do I have a broke mindset? Well, let's review, because I don't know. You may have a broke money set, or you may not. You know, you may be past that. But in our culture, we've known to have that broke down money mindset because of our past. It has nothing to do with us as far as that money mindset being broke down to us over the years, because we've gone through slavery and then gone through colorism, all of that, to our demise as far as how we see money. So we want to get it out of that mindset. But first of all, what is a broke mindset? A broke mindset. A broke mindset is that you are living in your life in fear of money. Fear of money. You think you don't have enough money. You think you're unable to reach your financial goals. You think you just can't do what others can do financially. And so you give up and you have a broke mentality, a broke money mindset. And this affects how you manage your money. How you think affects how you take care and manage your money. So if you have a broke mindset and feel like you're never going to have enough, you're never going to reach any kind of financial goals, you're going to manage your money in such a way that you feel like you're never going to have enough anyway, right? Or you're never going to reach your goals anyway. So you're going to start managing your money where you don't even save, don't even have any kind of strategy as far as retirement. You don't have any kind of goes towards vacation or anything like that, And so you manage your money according to how you think. If you have a broke mindset, you're going to manage your money with a broke mindset and not have any kind of financial goals, not be able to make any kind of adjustments and reach what you want to do financially, right? And so you'll put any effort, that you want to reach and improve your situation, you won't do it because you always feel like you never have enough. And you won't even have an attempt, even have a chance of reaching your financial goals. That's a broke money mindset, right? We don't want to have a broke money mindset. So let's do an exercise, right? Let's do an exercise. I want to see where we're at with our money, right? Good morning, First Lady. Good morning. How you doing today? We're having a positive money mindset today. We're shifting our money mindset. Amen. So let's do an exercise. Which of these 4 money personalities are you? Right? 4 money personalities. There's the saver, the spender, the builder, and the giver. Okay, so which one of these 4 money personalities are you? The saver, the spender, the builder, or are you the giver? Okay, so number 1, the saver. Do you like to save today to enjoy tomorrow? Is that you? Are you a saver? Do you enjoy the security that saving brings? And are you a natural, like a bargain hunter? You know, you'll try to look for the best prices and purchase, maybe not secondhand, you know, but sometimes it may be secondhand, but you try to get the best deal, right? Or wait till it goes on sale. You're a saver and you buy when necessary, not so much of a big spender, but you only buy when necessary. And you'll put off that immediate gratification, right? Preferring to save now so you can spend later, right? And you're conservative with your money. And just by habit and by nature, you're less comfortable with risk, right? With debt, with credit. So you're not prone to take a lot of risk or get in too much debt and rack up your credit. You're the saver, right? So your financial strengths as a saver, let's talk about the saver and the financial strength of a saver. The financial strength, I'm reading the comments. Okay. Thank you, First Lady. Thank you, First Lady. Yes, financial strength of a saver. So, as a saver, you're good at thinking long term, right? You have that long term goal. You put your money back every time you get paid, you put the money back, a portion of it, and you think long term. That's your strength, right? You make financial plans, you're a planner, and you set aside money to achieve whatever plans, financial plans you have. You take careful notes of where you at, where every dollar goes. That's you. That's your strength as a saver. So ways you can improve if you're not a saver, ways you can improve is you naturally go against risk, meaning if you're prone to risk, ways you can improve that is to put a check on your risk taking. Don't take too much risk with your money. You may find it difficult to make the most of your money, but try not to take too much risk so you can start saving your money. And also a wealth advisor. You know, they have financial advisors, but they also have wealth advisors that have roadmaps. You know, there's certain steps that you can take, roadmaps to help you walk you through safe ways to grow your money, to save your money. So if you are a saver, those are your strengths and what you can improve on, right? Those are your strengths and what you can improve on. And so the next money personality is the spender. The spender. If you enjoy life, right? You enjoy the best that life has to offer. You just spend, and you just enjoy and live for today. You're living in the moment, okay? You are a spender, right? You enjoy your life. You want to live well right now, okay? And the early adoption is that you like the latest, the greatest, and you will pay a premium, right, to be the first to buy it. You know, when that new Apple come out, that iPhone come out, the new version, you're that person to get the first, you'll be in line to get the first dibs on that new iPhone, right? And if a new Coach purse come out, or well, I shouldn't say labels. if a new label come out um, for a nice purse, shoes, whatever, you're going to be the first to get it because you are a spender. You want to enjoy everything that life have to offer right now. That's you. Okay. And you're content. You're happy with spending money. You're comfortable with debt. You don't have a problem with having debt. Right. And you see luxury purchases as a status symbol. So you're a spender. Your financial strength as a spenders, this is your financial strength. As someone who sees value in the moment, that's your strength. You focus on the here and the now, the present. You're living in the present, in the moment. Your strength is that you see value in the fullness of life, right? And I know some people, especially you would not hear many money people such as myself saying that, there's a strength to spenders, but you see value in living in the moment. You see value in being present. So that is one of your strengths. And to you, money is a means to an end. Like the word says, money answers all. So you figure that money is a means to an end. For those of you who are not a spender, but you should take a look portion, even though you may be a saver or whatever, or a giver, and you're not a big spender. But believe it or not, you do need to spend some because God still wants you to enjoy life right now. He wants you to live a good life. Amen. And so, although it's good to save and put your money back and go towards your financial goals and to give and all of that, you also need to enjoy life. Okay. So ways that you can improve that is to put a little bit in your budget, put a little spending money, have a spending budget, right? You set a category for that. And you may even want to open a separate account, a separate checking account. Have one checking account for your bills and everything. Have your savings account, and then have another checking account specifically for spending. Whether you dedicate 20% of your income every paycheck, put that money back, and in that checking account, that's your spending money. Okay, so you still want to enjoy life right now. Now, the other personality, the third money personality. Okay, we're talking about, for those of you who are just not joining us, we're talking about the 4 money personalities, right? So the next one, the third money personality is the builder. The builder. These people make the most of their money. They stretch their money and they get the most out of their money, right? The builder. So that may be your money personality. Builders, they're naturally innovative, creative, right? They constantly searching for new ways to make money. That's a builder. They're building their income, right? And you focus on building your personal wealth. Like I said, you have financial advisors, but then you also have wealth advisors. There's wealth advisors. And so the builder focus on building their personal wealth, and they enjoy the influence that comes with that, right? Because if you build wealth over time, that has influence, right? Because money answer all things. So you focus on building your wealth and enjoying the influence that comes with it. And an investor, if you're comfortable, an investor as a builder will be a higher risk. They will take higher risk in building a greater legacy for themselves and also for their family and for generations to come. That's how you know you're a builder. If your main focus is on building your personal wealth, you're investing, you're taking higher risks, to build a greater legacy. And what I mean by a greater legacy is that we all will have a legacy. Think about it. We're all going to leave a legacy behind, excuse me. And the question is, what kind of legacy are you going to leave behind? And if you are a builder, your main focus is going to be leaving a greater legacy. You're going to be building wealth. You're going to be an investor. You're going to take higher risk to build that greater legacy for you and your family for generations to come. Amen. And so financial strength for the builder, if you're a builder, your financial strength is that you are willing to put aside money to earn more over the long period, long term. So you're willing to ride it out, okay? You're willing to set aside, your money for investment, stocks, mutual funds, whatever, real estate. You're willing to put aside that money and ride it out for the long term, right? You're willing to reap that 30 years down the road. You're willing to reap that down the road for a big return because you're not interested in quick money and quick income. You're interested in building wealth. And that takes time of a long period of time, right? So you're comfortable with a certain degree, you're comfortable of taking a risk in order to grow your wealth. Okay. And so let's talk about ways to improve in that area. If you are not a builder, right? Let's say you're not a builder. Let's say you're a saver. You just like to save, just put your money back. And let's say you're a spender or a giver, but you would like to also build wealth, right? So ways you can improve to build wealth is that you can take just a little bit higher risk. Meaning, instead of just saving your money, put a portion into investments. You can get a mutual fund or what have you, or a diverse fund, or you can invest in real estate. They have real estate funds as well. So capital, you can have capital bonds as well. So if you are strictly a saver, in order to improve being a builder, maybe you should consider taking the time to take a little more risk and start involving yourself in investments. And if you don't know what you're doing, of course, get a professional, okay? Someone who's a licensed financial advisor, or you can get your brokerage. You can have a brokerage, get a brokerage account, and they will have licensed brokers to help you. Amen. Okay. So again, the 4 money mindsets, the 4 money personalities. Yes, I'm gonna get to that. Thank you, First Lady. For the money mindset, the next one is the giver. The giver. The giver is if you care for the community first. And when I say community, it can be your neighborhood, it can be your city, your state, it can be your church community, it can be a charity or an organization, it can be your work community, your community. If you are a giver and that means that you care and for your community first, right? You are a giver, a caretaker for those around you in your world, right? And you're generous to your family, your friends, and anyone who's connected to you or who touch your heart. You may make plans to give every month. Of course, you do your tithes and your offerings and your teruma, but if you're a giver, most givers have a donation or a charity that they do every month. And most givers also are moved by emotion, if they see something that touched them, maybe the local family down the street, their neighbor needs something and you heard that they're in financial debt or whatever. And You may send them, a card, a gift card, or whatever the case may be. The God may put you on the heart. You are a giver. That is you. You donate a lot through your regular money withdrawals or you do um, real estate donation. A lot of people do that. Give time. You are a giver, and though you share that with people in your life, you want to avoid substantial long-term debt. Givers are prone to even go into a little debt because they give so much, you know. So you want to keep a check on giving too much, right? And so, but your financial strength as a giver, your financial strength is that you give to charities and the community consistently. That is a consistent, natural thing for you. You give often. You plan to give, and you give carefully about what you care about. You make sure that you spend that within your means. The ways to improve being a giver, because again, you will reap what you sow, and what you cast into your bread upon the waters. You don't know which one is going to come back to you. So it is always good to give, right? If you're not a giver, the ways that you can improve giving is to put it in your budget. Make sure you put money aside just for giving. And again, you have the tithes and your offerings, your teruma. Teruma is where you give to your priest. For example, when you pay your tithes, or when you give your tithes unto the Lord and put into the storehouse to the church house, that is your tithe money. However, a teruma is when you give money into the pastor's hands after church, after service. Say, here, pastor, this is just for you. Take your family out, it's $10, $20 bill or whatever. Take your family out and just spend that on you. This is not my tithe. This is not my offering. I am just blessing you. Why? Because you're taking my tithe money. If you have a good pastor that take your tithe money, and then therefore sort tithes into other organizations and to other community work, then your house will be blessed when the priests handle your tithe properly. Amen. The tithe is for a reason. It's to fund the house of the Lord, right? It's the storehouse. So if the priest handles your tithes properly, then it is okay to give a teruma. Look that word up. Teruma is when you give an offering to your tithing priest. Amen. And that is a personal offering. Again, that's a hand offering. Okay. That's when you shake the pastor hand. That's a blessing handshake. Okay. And give him a $5, $10, $15, $20 bill just to bless him. Just, this is my teruma, pastor. I am blessing you personally. Don't put that into the church. Don't put it into the mission fund. Don't put that into the building fund. It's for you. Okay. And you're blessing the priest. Amen. Amen. And so before I get into it, those are the first personality. Let me just review again. Which money personality are you? Are you the saver, a spender, a builder, or a giver? Yeah, I want you to think about that. Saver, spender, builder, or a giver. All right. So, First Lady, I'm going to answer your question. For capital bonds, it's just like government bonds, U.S. bonds. But capital bonds is municipal bonds, is when the city or the state on the local level have a bond. They issue bonds, and you can invest in bonds whether it's 10,000 or whatever, you can invest that. And then when the bond accrue, let's say it's a 5-year bond or a 3-year bond, when it accrues when it matures, when the bond matures at 3 or 5 years, or even 1 year, they have 1 year municipal bonds. And when it matures at the end of that 1 year or at the end of that 3 or 5 or even 10 years, then you will accrue interest and you will have that face value, whatever you put into the bond, plus interest. So it's kind of like a mutual fund, but it's much more, it's on the local level. Some cities will issue bonds. Some states, like the state of Florida, will issue bonds, and that way you can you can check it out on the government website, and you can just search for that information, but you can invest in the city budget or the state budget and invest in that bond. And at the end of the term, when it matures, you will get your money back plus that interest. Okay, so I hope you understand that. Okay, so let's get further into the lesson. So now hopefully which money personality you are. Either you're the saver, the spender, the builder, or the giver. Let me look at my time here. Okay, this is good time. Might not get all the way through it, but shifting your money mindsets. Shifting your money mindset. And again, we don't want to have a broke money mindset where we're in fear of money and we're thinking that we don't have enough money and we can't reach our financial goals because we in too much debt. No, that's a broke money mindset, and we need to get out of that. We're gonna set ourselves free today. Okay, amen. So the first step to having a money mindset, to shifting our money mindset, is to determine that we're going to be successful, right? We're going to be financially successful. Okay. Trying to get tongue tied today. Oh my God. The devil is a liar. So the first step is to decide. Make a decision that, hey, I'm going to be financially successful. I'm not going to let all this debt get in the way. I'm not going to have a broke mentality. I'm not going to say that my income is not enough. That's a broke mentality. So decide that you're going to be financially successful. How do we do that? Okay. Once I make that decision, right? Once you make that decision, know your goals. We need to write down what we want to accomplish financially. Write down your goals. At this point, this is just the beginning stages. You don't need to be all detailed and correct and in order about what you need to tackle first. Just write it down. 1, 2, 3, what you want to do financially. Where do you want to be in 5 years financially? What are your financial goals? So you need to know where you headed. What do you want financially? If you're going to be successful in finances, know what you want. Know your goals, right? We will continue with our discussion next week.
You have the mindset for success. If you're looking for positivity or looking for encouragement,